Hello massholes near and far, it's me, Kate, and I'm back with another video. This video is a little bit different today than what we usually do. It is not really related to the 1A movement. Actually, it has nothing to do with the First Amendment at all, but it's still a crazy rabbit hole that I've been sucked into for about 4 days now, and I just had to share with you because this shit is crazy. Now is about the time in the video when I humbly suggest that if you like what we're doing and you want to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so that you always know when we come out with new content.
Hello, I'm Plasmamasterdon.
So I just want to start out by saying that pedophiles and sexual predators are the worst. They suck. There's nothing worse than a pedophile or sexual predator. I think there's one cure for that shit, and it is not a soothing cup of chamomile tea with honey. That being said, YouTube is like a cesspool of pedophiles and, sex predators. They're literally everywhere. Every day, a new one pops up somewhere and everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm so shocked, right? And I guess some of it is kind of shocking. Other things aren't. But let me tell you about this guy, Plasmamasterdon, which I think is the least shocking reveal of a pedophile ever to exist on YouTube. He's like the most obvious diddler that ever did diddle.
Hello, I'm Plasmamasterdon.
I'm going to preface this whole video by saying that Plasmamasterdon has since passed away as of December 21st, 2020. So I'm not really trying to disparage the dead here, but the guy is a creeper. Spoiler alert. And this video isn't so much about him as it is the internet as a whole and how long he was able to get away with this behavior. I don't think that you can shame the diddler out of a diddler because it's an act that is already inherently shameful. And I would never try to do that on YouTube because it's less effective and more just a shameless cat to attempt to shame pedophiles in public to quote unquote.
Tell him to take his mask off and kiss the floor and apologize.
Yeah, I did just throw a little shade. Anyway, if you're like me about 4 days ago, you don't know who Plasmamasterdon was, so I will explain. Plasmamasterdon was a 73-year-old man with a YouTube channel called Plasmamasterdon that amassed like a huge following overnight. He ended up with 500,000 subscribers at his peak and over 15 million video views. He pretty much got famous for making videos like this.
And I'm gonna be home. There's a kite by then. I miss you so much, I miss my life. There's lonely out in space.
Looks like everybody loved him because they thought that he was a sweet old man and super wholesome. Although when I watched his videos, I did not get that impression. Honestly, my first impression from the guy was that he obviously diddles kids. He's a creeper. His entire channel is like some bizarre boy rape den fever dream sort of experience. I mean, it took me about 4 videos to determine that I would never, ever, ever let this guy babysit my kids.
All right, listen up, everyone. 3 days from now, it's coming. You can't get around it. You can't get away from it. You can't hide from it. It's coming. No doubt about it. Yes, it's on the way. There's no place to go. You're stuck with it. It's gonna be a long time. It's gonna sound really around the end to find. I'm not the man they think I am. I'm a walking man.
Honestly, when I see a video like this,
Don't think of you. You step away. And I will always
all I can think of is this.
He rakes and trims the grass. He loves to mow and weed. I cook like Betty Crocker, and I look like Donna Reed.
I'm just saying the resemblance is striking, in my opinion.
Got a nice tip for you right here in my pocket for my arthritis. Why don't you reach in there and fish it out for
So
yourself?
Don is going around making his little cover videos and showing everybody his creepy knick-knack den, and things are going really well for him, presumably, until one day, oops, Reddit figures out that he is a registered sex offender. I'm telling you, you can't mess with those Reddit people. They are sleuths. They figure out everything. Everything. There's no hiding from Reddit. People on Reddit do this thread and they figure out that his real name is Donzel Edward Owens Jr. and he's a recently registered sex offender from 2019. So this isn't like 20 years ago or anything. He's in his 70s out here groping little kids. He was charged and convicted of sexual imposition, which when I looked up is like a weird legal term for essentially fondling the genitals of somebody else without their permission. And according to his registry, his victim was a juvenile male. So bad news bears for Don. Nick Crowley, who is a giant YouTuber with like millions of subscribers, actually found this Reddit thread and totally blew up Don's spot that he is in fact Grandpa Touchy Pants. Nick Crowley's video is actually really good, and I'll put a link in the description, but pretty much all he does is detail out how Don was the worst hidden pedophile in the history of YouTube. He literally left clues everywhere where you could easily connect his identity on YouTube to Donzel Edward Owens Jr. Totally positively. There's absolutely no doubt. He put his date of birth in the About section of his YouTube channel, which perfectly matches up with the registry. The registry even lists the make and model of his car and the year, and he does a video where he shows his 2005 Buick Century, and it's white. He has his nickname, Don, which I'm assuming, obviously is short for Donzel, in the name of his channel, and he even lets you know what town he lives in, so there's absolutely no doubt. I mean, Jesus Christ, the guy even wears his sex offender shirt in some of his videos. It's like, short of knocking on your door and handing out flyers, it was very, very easy to figure out that this guy is a sex offender. And in case you had any nagging doubt, he also produces creepy, child-centered videos on his channel and puts them out there, including this one I found, where he wishes a random 11-year-old boy a happy birthday, but he doesn't even know what his birth date is. It's just super unsettling. So Nick Crowley puts out this video. People are inexplicably shocked and disgusted by this, as if it wasn't obvious from the jump, and it looks like Don's about to get canceled. Then, a week after the video comes out, Don passes away. So you would think the story was over, but it's really not. So, needless to say, I was pretty intrigued as to how this guy, who seemingly made no effort to cover up the fact that he's a huge effing creep, managed to dupe 500,000 people into thinking that he was America's grandpa instead of what he clearly is, the reason that we teach kids about stranger danger. So I did a little bit of research, and what I found is that Don has been using platforms like YouTube for almost 14 years that I can find to groom young boys on the internet. So when I looked up Plasmamasterdon, I discovered that Plasmamasterdon is actually Don's second YouTube channel. Prior to 2012, when that channel was created, he had another channel called PlasmaDude47. PlasmaDude47 allegedly was hacked by somebody and the entire channel taken down, which would make sense if he's a pedophile because that's something that would be kind of virtuous to do. It's also possible that people were starting to catch on to what he was doing and he deleted the channel by himself and then tried to start over, because I found several threads where he is accused of sending money to young boys in exchange for performing for him on Skype. I also found that his handle, PlasmaDude47, has been trolling Tumblr feeds, Twitters, and online blogs since about 2006, communicating with, you guessed it, children. In one thread I found, a young boy claims that Don paid him $1,600 to perform for him on Skype. Now, this is obviously unverified, and all these usernames are anonymous, plus Don's dead, so we'll never really know. But the kid made this post in 2018, before Don even got really popular. He was no one. So that does add some credibility, and it seems to be echoed in other threads where he is accused of sending young boys money in the mail. What I found most disturbing, though, and super, super creepy, is that when I searched Plasma Dude 47 through the video section in Google, I found a bunch of old videos from super, super young kids making shout-out videos to him. Like, why is a man in 2008, when he is in his 60s, talking to boys that, like, they look super, super young? Super young. One of the boys even talks about having a relationship with Dawn, which I found really weird because he didn't use the word friendship, he used relationship. I'm going to share the videos, but I have blurred them out because they were kids, and even though it's 2008 that these videos were made, I don't want to embarrass what could potentially be victims. But trust me, these kids look really, really young. I would guess probably somewhere between 7 and 11 years old.
On what? Is it on? Oh, let me just get my microphone. Thank you. Hey Don, I nearly broke my back. I'm glad you liked the video. I'm glad you agree with me. And I'm sorry about the quality. It's just the quality is rubbish when I use YouTube recorder because it's not very good quality. It's not. So there you go. Ah! Ooh! If anyone else is watching this, I want to say please post a video response to my first one, because it's sort of thing. If you agree with me about Plasma Dude, if you really like him, if you agree with what I said in the first one, I can't explain it again because it'll be a waste of time. I gotta go to MySpace.
Hey Plasma Dude, it's PSP Master. To say all that kind of words is really making me happy. Seriously. Doing everything brilliant. I love all those kind words. Okay. Okay, and I think this relationship will last for a long, long time. Okay? So, later, buds.
It just blows my mind that this guy was out on YouTube hiding in plain sight with behavior that's all over the internet concerning children dating back to 2006 at least, and nobody could figure out that he is a sex offender. Even before he was charged, the red flags were there. Actually, when I looked through YouTube, there were people that were making videos about him implying that he was a creeper back to like 2008. These people were obviously ahead of their time. They kind of look like they're the Boit community that we have now, the bottom of YouTube. And they made like short kind of Gary Snowflake or Music Biz Marty style videos. You probably haven't heard of those people. They're very small YouTubers that I watch. And I guess that's the point. Sometimes these small YouTubers are able to pick up on things that might blow up someday. And they see something in it that obviously the general public does not. It just sucks that these creators get literally stuffed to the bottom of YouTube because they have some insight and they can kind of see things coming that clearly other people can't. But it's crazy. Look at some of the videos that this guy made.
This hand that pulled the trigger that killed your sons now masturbates to the memory. Fuck all of you. Anyway, later guys. I'm in Florida and I'm arrested for being a pedophile. Well, he was 16 when I first met him, or so they said.
He knew. He knew. Yeah, so I don't even know. I am just rambling at this point. The whole situation is just like mind-boggling. This guy literally got away with this behavior for 14 years. Not only that, but he ended up building a gigantic following that was completely oblivious to the fact that he is a living, breathing version of Herbert the pervert from Family Guy. It gets wild. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys tonight at 7 o'clock for our live stream. If not, we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.